All right, we are live. Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert with the Ted Show. We're doing the home team series today with my buddies, my pals, my teammates, Kevin Liotta, or is it Liotta?
Liotta.
See, you know the Italian in me should know this. And Jeff Tinney. Hey guys, how's it going?
Awesome.
It's going.
It's
going.
I like the honesty. So I'm going to look to make sure it's broadcasting. And while I do that, why don't you tell them a little bit about you before we take a deep dive into what's going on and how we're all adapting and working at home and all that good stuff. Kevin, we'll start with you.
So working from home. So you basically take somebody that loves to be out and talking to people and, personality, and you stick them in a home office and trying to keep them sane. So, luckily I have a good enough vodka, tequila, and wine storage that's keeping me going, and just taking it day by day.
Yeah, the vodka and tequila and all that good stuff is definitely helpful. As you know, that's my mantra for the day. How about you, Jeff? Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, you want the whole backstory?
Sure. Give us, we want backstory. We want to know. And I'm going to go back to Kevin and ask him because he skipped right over that one, right to the booze, which is fine.
So originally from Brooklyn, New York, grew up in Coney Island. Moved out to Staten Island when I was about 20 years old or so. And then I met the love of my life, and we met in Manhattan. And she was from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, which is a suburb of Philadelphia. We got married. She got pregnant. And about halfway through her pregnancy, she said, "I want to go home." Okay. I mean, I wasn't tied to Brooklyn or New York City. So I said, "Let's go. I'll try something new." Went to the suburbs of Philadelphia, and talking about 7 years now. So that's where I'm at.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And you have how many children?
2. I have a son and a daughter, 5, about to be a month, and 2.
So yeah, you've got the young ones too. How about you, Kevin?
I have my daughter is 11 months now, and my son's 3. Little background on me: originally born and raised in Staten Island. Got in the mortgage industry about 7 years ago after working for Deutsche Bank for 8 years prior to that. It's been a fun ride, and married, 2 kids, and that's it.
Have you always not had hair? I'm just noticing this right now.
No, it's probably been like 10 years.
No, I maybe it's the beard that's accentuating it.
Well, I mean, this has definitely gotten out of control since quarantine started, but we're enjoying it.
All right, so let me ask you guys. It's all about adapting and working in a full house, which you guys obviously have, both of you. Like my kids that live here are adults and working. I can't imagine having young kids running around, and then you want to spend time with them, and they want dad. So when we first got quarantined, what were some of the things that you were doing? What did you do? I'll start with you, Jeff. What did you do as far as trying to figure out how to adapt, how to get it all ready, how to get going, how to set up your home office?
So thankfully, my home office is set up. I have a nice desk, double screen. As far as working from home, I work from home from time to time. I have 2 young kids, so they're both in, and they get sick often. My daughter is sick, ear infection time, so and my wife is working as well, so we have to kind of split the time. So there'll be times she can't take off all the time, I can't take off all the time, so we split the time as far as who's going to stay home with the kids. So as far as adapting, when this happened, initially it wasn't a big change for me. But after being home for 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's getting to the point where, okay, we both have to work. We both have calls that we have to get on. We both have clients that we have to deal with. And thankfully, clients and business partners have been understanding that they know we have young kids. And when they're screaming in the background, they're dealing with the same things too. So, it's been an adventure to say the least, but we have to get through it. We all have to continue working, and we're lucky and we're blessed to be able to still earn a living in these trying times.
Amen to that. We are very blessed to be able to do that. How about you, Kevin?
It's been a little bit rough for me because I'm not used to it. I was never the type to be able to work from home. I get distracted easily. It's a change for me. It was actually in a good way because I was actually able to meet my wife and kids. I didn't really know who they were prior to this because we were always out and about. So my little one, my girl, she's now a little bit more attached to me, and it's been good. It's difficult. You're in the middle of a Zoom call or something like that, and my son comes running in, and us as Italians, we give him like one of these like. And people are looking at you, and you're doing all these hand gestures, and yelling, and he's yelling back at me. So it's my wife has been great. I got to give it to her. And to be honest with you, I don't know how she does it on a daily basis because without being able to, she has no breaks. So it's tough, and I think that's why they say, men are from Mars and women are from Venus, because I don't think that we're cut from the same cloth. And, like I said, I just give her a lot of credit.
So what would you say? Do you feel like the kids are, I think somebody said, who said it? I don't know if it was you or Jeff or you, Kevin, that your kids, your older kids like that you're here. They like that you're,
who's that? Bring him in.
They like that you're here.
Yeah, they want to come on. So I'm gonna,
so talk about the work part of it. Let's talk about the adapting to work. You all both have referral sources. Oh, look.
That's not over now.
my mouth. He wants to play on the keyboard. These are the battles that we see on a daily basis. So if you wanted to know what it's like working from home, let's show you, in action what I deal with.
The other baby. 2 babies.
So these are my coworkers. This is my processor. This is my LOA. And Pop, did you tell them what we do for work? What do we do?
Ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think ass pretty accurate. That's what we do for work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like having dad home?
Do you like having daddy home?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun,
Yeah,
right?
it's good,
Yeah.
right? That would be my answer to a lot of things. Your kids
Definitely
are
is.
absolutely precious. They're precious. It would be hard for me, I think, and Jeff, you can maybe talk to this too. It'd be hard for me to pay attention to work. I'd want to be with them all the time. It must be very difficult to adapt to that.
It is. And my son is hyperactive, bouncing off of the walls type of boy. He wants to run around and play games and chase after his little sister. And it's there are times when it is tough to work. I do have to say that. We all have a job to do, and we have to all work together. Husbands, wives, partners, whatever it may be. We all have to work together and be a team that we're able to provide for our families. So it's challenging, but it's fun at the same time, because instead of taking a break and sitting in the little kitchenette that we have in the office and brewing a cup of coffee and talking to your coworkers, you're able to to get to know your young children or older children better than you already know them, because now, especially as fathers who are working, 60, 70 hours a week, we're getting to be around our kids for however many hours are in the week, 200 whatever. It's like, it's challenging, but it's nice. It's cool to be with them and get to know them a little bit better.
I feel like it's a good place, because even with my adult kids, they're all here. My wife's here working. I still know I can go out to the kitchen and say hi to them. And there's this new interaction during the day that I just didn't have, because we were out and about marketing, or you guys were working on loans, talking to your referral sources, talking to your clients. I think it's very cool to have everybody here. And I'm excited, but I'm a little bit afraid of going back out, mainly because I think I'll miss a little bit of it.
It's almost normal to be in the house every day. So it's the only good thing I really could say is the food. I mean, my wife is regiment. She brings up breakfast. She brings up lunch. She brings dinner if I'm up here late. So, yeah,
So
you can
tell me,
talk to him.
hey, buddy.
I show my Yoshi sweater.
He wants to show his Yoshi sweater.
Oh, look at that Yoshi sweater. Very cool.
All right, you
I
happy?
love it. All right, so I have to ask, I'll start with you, Kevin. How are you adapting as far as the business part goes? So you obviously, you can work from home on the loans. I get that, but our business is so much about relationships, referrals. How are you maintaining the relationships and the referrals? Are you checking in every day? Are you messaging people? Like, how are you keeping that momentum going?
So, I mean, we do a lot of Zoom calls with a lot of the real estate partners that I partner up with. They do a lot of sales meetings that I'm still on, individual texts and phone calls. At the end of the day, most of our realtor partners become almost like family. So it's almost second nature to reach out to them, see how they're doing, how business has affected them, and, just try and keep an open dialogue, because at the end of the day, I mean, we're all fighting the same battle here. It's all about, getting back to somewhat of normalcy and be able to go back out and do what we do. But it has become second nature to me. I don't feel like I have to go above and beyond, because it's something that we normally do on a day-to-day basis anyway.
How about you, Jeff? What are you doing to keep in touch?
So what I've been trying to do, and it's been working, is try to keep to my normal routine that I have. I mean, I usually go to the gym every morning, and I haven't been able to do that. I still try to work out and get my routine going. But the one thing that I like and that we've adapted to is, with all these Zoom calls, it's making things a lot easier. And I hope that in the future we can continue to do this, because it'll cut down on the travel that you have to do and the bouncing around, but you can still touch these people and have that personal interaction that you necessarily can't get through on the phone or a text message, where we can see each other face to face and have a conversation, but we don't have to drive the hour to each other's office. And it's just making things a lot easier. So, that part of the adaptation is I hope it sticks with us, because it's going to be great. It'll help everybody, going forward with this and making sure that we can stay in touch and don't have to necessarily be with each other at that point. Or do we want to be with each other anymore?
I mean, I agree with you. I think it's created this really cool ability to have a relationship, to maintain a relationship, to develop a relationship, and still not have all of the extracurricular travel and things that you had to do before. Not that I don't miss the club or the things that I love to do, or all the events and the networking. I do miss that tremendously, and it's that camaraderie, because we all have those relationships. Like you said, Kevin, they become family. But I like this added version. I like us to be able to, another way for us to communicate. So if I have a realtor, for example, in, I don't know, Tampa, that I have a relationship with, which for me, you guys may or may not know, that's about an hour away, I can still have a relationship and maintain without driving, without taking 2 to 2.5, 3 hours out of my day just in travel, and still keep up with them and still maintain that relationship. So I don't know. I think a lot of small businesses are definitely feeling that this whole technology has been a good thing. I know it's a challenge. I know our fearless leader sometimes isn't really happy about the whole Zoom calls, the 9,000 Zoom messages that we have to deal with.
He loves them. Don't let him fool you.
He probably loves every second of it. All right, so I'm going to ask you both, and I'll start with you, Kevin. Where are you at with the market? And I want to preface that by saying, a lot of people message me and say, Ted, is it really as bad out there as I hear on mainstream media? And I can't tell you how important it is for us to stress and give our insight about what's really going on. So give them your perspective on what's happening and where you kind of see this coming up.
Listen, obviously everyone has seen a slowdown in purchase business. I mean, there's no secret to it. We're still busy. We're not as busy for what we should be on the purchase side in the middle of April, but there are still contracts coming in. People are still out there looking for homes. luckily enough, knock on wood, we were blessed with a lot of refi business right prior to the close of all the essential, non-essential workers. So we are blessed in the sense of business is still going just as normally. Just for us, it's business as usual. But things are changing. There's a lot of people out there that are suffering and not able to produce and bring in money for their family. So we're hoping that this can end soon, get everybody back on track. And I think once we, everything goes back to normal, I think the market is going to pick up right where it left off. And we should be, busy through winter this year.
Through winter. I love how you say it. Winter. How about you, Jeff?
I agree. Everybody's seen a slowdown in the purchase business, but as I thought it would have been. I mean, this week alone, I've gotten 3 contracts for purchases. People are taking advantage of less buyers being able to houses, less competition. So I'm seeing a lot of people go in on virtual, or if houses are vacant, the seller's agents, and they're touring the houses, whether virtually or in person, and they're making offers on houses, and there's no bidding wars. Any contract that I've gotten in the past couple of weeks, and I've gotten quite a few, it's been, all right, we're putting this, and there is never any talk of, well, now there's another offer a little bit higher. What do you want to do? Is this person still pre-approved for this number? Right. So I think that if you're a buyer, it's a great time to be out and buying because you can get a good deal. Sellers that are on the market currently, potentially could be desperate, potentially could be under contract to be buying another house, and they need to get out of the house. So you could get yourself a great deal. To answer the second part of your question, what do I see going forward? I think that as things open up, and as long as they open up with a cure, a vaccine or cure, or a real remedy, and it's just done through social distancing, I think that we're going to see a huge rush of people buying houses and listing houses. And from whenever this opens up the year and through that is going to be, we're all going to be very, very busy. So if you're in the real estate world, be ready. That's my
I love that.
I think the most important thing too is I think it's inventory is going to be one of our biggest issues once we do open back up, because there's a ton of buyers out there, chomping at the bit, and I don't know if there's going to be enough inventory to support the amount of buyers we have.
Agreed. I think I feel positive. I feel like there is going to be opportunity. I mean, there is opportunity now, but I feel like when we open up, whatever that means or looks like, we're still going to see that influx like you all talked about. We're going to see people wanting to get back to normal, and normal is real estate, buying and selling, and the things that we all know help drive the economy. So last question I want to ask you guys. I'll start with you, Kevin, since I've got your mic on. What's the first thing you plan to do? Let's say it opens up May 1st. I think you guys are different because I think Florida will probably open up before New York and New Jersey, but what's the first thing that you want to do when you're ready, when they say, all right, Kevin, you guys can go out and do whatever you want? What's the first thing you're going to do?
Well, Ted, there's the appropriate answer, and then there's, real life. So let's go
like both
answers. We're, on the TED show. Ultimately, I want to go sit, go walk into a bar and be able to order a drink and sit down and have dinner and, not have a concern that, there's a possibility that I can, get my family sick or myself.
Yes, I agree. How about you, Jeff?
The first thing that I want to do is see all my family and friends and give them a big hug, because these Zoom calls aren't really cutting it when it comes to that. I mean, how we are kept, like our is a family. Like everybody that works for us, from ops to sales to management, we're a family. Like
true.
We give it to each other. We joke around, and it's like I like we're still doing it. We have our group chat. It's not the same, So I really just want to, as cheesy as it sounds, I really just want to see everybody, give them a big hug, and get back to where we were, because we were really picking up steam. Not that it's stopping, but I really want to keep going. And then and have a great meal and drink.
Of course, right? I want to be served.
Please.
I'm tired of making my own drinks. This is
and when the doorbell rings, I don't want to have to run to put on my hazmat suit and a mask to see who's knocking at the door.
Or my pants. So how can they reach you? Jeff, tell them how they can reach out to you if they want to find you.
So my cell phone number is 718-483-6421. I am on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is Jeff Tinney 40. When I turned 40, I figured I would have a more professional name instead of my nickname, what my friends call me. I mean, that's basically the way that people get in touch with me.
How about you, Kevin?
Cell phone is always the best. 347-515-4416.
I love it. You guys that was fun. You guys did a fantastic job, I think. Really.
Put the check in the mail.
You know, and I want to thank my agent, Joe Taggs, for working tirelessly to get me on the show. You know, he was a little late on the makeup, but it was still happy to be here.
You got to give a shout out to Taggs. He's like all over the place. God bless him. He is running ragged. All right. I appreciate you guys. Love you to pieces. So proud to be on the same team as you. You guys reach out to Kevin and Jeff. They're awesome guys on and off camera. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you, guys.